Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Why is NIO surging ahead now in deliveries uh, and delivering more EVs than Li Auto and Xpeng? How did that even happen? And Wall Street pretending not to see? That's another story on its own. But how did that happen? And gives us the confidence to understand we're in the right company. Well, when Li Auto was making hybrids, they was outselling NIO. And at that time, a lot of the Chinese people were still going for hybrids because of one reason and one reason only: range anxiety. They're scared that their battery run out and there's not enough charging stations. But William Lee of NIO decided to stick with pure EVs because he understood by putting out more charging stations all over China. In fact, NIO has more charging stations than any other EV company in China, but also the game changer. By putting out the battery swap stations, he knew it will get to a point where there'll be no range anxiety whatsoever, and people will stop buying hybrids and transition completely over to a pure EV, because with a hybrid, you still have an engine where so many things can go wrong. You have seals, gaskets, you have water pump, timing belts. I mean, so many different things that can go wrong compared to an EV. So William Lee saw that as a great visionary that he is. He stuck to pure EVs. But to take things a bit further, and why we're going past Xpeng and Li Auto now, is brand awareness, superior technology, and putting the customer first. Well, I remember, excuse me, guys, when people would come on the channel and say, NIO should do what Tesla was doing and just make two models. We see what's happening to Tesla as they crumble. Um, they also said we should do hybrids. Well, now they're saying that they should shut their mouth and allow the man who is the visionary and the manager to run the company, and they should just keep doing what they do best, whether it's banking or whatever. But I reported on Xpeng and NIO sales in December in the fourth quarter, and 2025 as a whole. Both had great but quite different years. For several years, more or less since they launched, I've tracked the two companies and been struck by how closely their growth lined up. Then, through though at the end of 2024 and throughout most of 2025, Xpeng seemed to shoot far ahead of NIO, and the stock rallied. I wondered if this was just a long-term shift and NIO would never catch back up. Perhaps their similar trajectories were splitting and parting ways. That's the mindset of a lot of people. But exactly what I said happened. NIO ended the year strong, very strong, and Xpeng sales growth slowed down dramatically. Combining their monthly, quarterly, and yearly sales chart together, let's take a look and see what we see. Looking monthly here, despite a larger block of monthly sales being over 30,000, NIO December sales shot up to a clear monthly sales record between the two companies. The exact figures was 48,135 deliveries, more than 6,000 above Xpeng, more than 6,000. And we know that will continue into next year because the government incentive for trading in your used cars benefit more so battery swapping cars than pure EVs without battery swapping. And I'll explain why we will even crush Xpeng next year. Monthly delivery record was 42,013 in October. 42,013 in October 2025. Looking at the quarterly comparison, it's a similar story. Xpeng had 4 quarters of more than 90,000 deliveries before NIO broke that barrier. And in the last of those quarters, Xpeng even had 116,000 plus deliveries. However, despite effectively being about a year behind in this regard, once NIO shot up in the fourth quarter of 2025, it shot past Xpeng and set a new quarterly delivery record for the two of them, 124,807 deliveries. This is why I said the race is not for the swift, it's for the one who can endure. And people, no matter what I try to say, they look forward to the weekly delivery registration numbers because the weekly matters to them, not the yearly, not the monthly, not the quarterly. So this proves yet again. And of course, now that we are delivering everyone, you don't see that weekly numbers anymore, do you? Exactly what the CEO said. Li Auto and Xpeng said, no, don't show it anymore. 124,807 deliveries compared to Xpeng best of 116,249, also in the fourth quarter of 2025. The race was never for the swift. Looking at the yearly delivery charts, the trend looks a lot more similar up to 2024, but with NIO consistently having the edge. However, the reverse of what happened in the fourth quarter happened here. Xpeng shot past NIO and set a new annual sales record. The company scored a significant 429,445 deliveries, well above NIO's best of 326,028 deliveries in 2025. So overall, congratulations to both. They are doing great. And even though Xpeng had more deliveries last year, we see the trend in what's coming now. Yes, we do. NIO is going to go past them, guys, this year by a wide margin. And how do I know that? Well, Xpeng decided to concentrate on low-end models, even though they out-delivered NIO for the full year. We made more profit and our margins were higher, and we have better infrastructure, showing that we're going to steal more market share away from them. But apart from that, here's the game changer. Xpeng decided to follow Li Auto and come out with range extended vehicles with a huge engine, a huge battery. You can't make this up. But at the time, just like retail investors, they got caught up with the FOMO of Li Auto selling a lot of EVs. So they invested heavily, like 8 months ago, 9 months ago, and they're about to release an extended range vehicle. But it is proven that more and more Chinese are going pure EVs. So what else is going to crush Xpeng? Well, it's going to have a large battery and a large gas tank for extended range. You might as well just stick with a gas car. But apart from that, the Chinese government is highly encouraging smaller battery packs because of wear and tear on the asphalt. On the tires, the consumer have to change tires more often. And this is not in line with government policy. With NIO, we don't need the large battery. We don't even need a solid state battery anymore because of battery swapping. The game changer. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.